Wall Street! Our streets! Wall Street! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Shut down ICE! 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 It is our duty to fight for our freedom! It is our duty to fight for our freedom! It is our duty to win! It is our duty to win! We must love and protect each other! We must love and protect each other!
Free Minds, Free People is a radical education conference that connects people's struggles and organizing work nationally and internationally.
To me, the purpose of Free Minds, Free People is to bring together young people, first and foremost, together from all across the country, alongside educators, both community-based and school-based educators.
I didn't know what to expect with coming to this conference, but constantly every day that I was out and amongst the different peoples around the country, I was hit with like brand new ideas, brand new people speaking, brand new voices and ideas, like fresh ideas being heard.
Oh man, Free Minds, Free People is why I am basically where I am at today. The first Free Minds, Free People I went to was in the Bay Area in Oakland, where I met a lot of my colleagues today, and we got connected through the conference actually. Great way to really learn from other educators and teachers in the classroom. Oftentimes when you go to educational conference, we witness a lot of academics sharing theory, but it's really powerful to actually be taught by other classroom teachers and get the knowledge straight from the classroom.
Radical education and radical thought releases and frees Black people or people of color from the oppression of this country. It is so necessary to give that gift to our children so that they can progress further, so that they know that there is a beyond outside of the system.
To know that I could come here and be my most authentic self and be surrounded by other people who are their most authentic selves and people who really look at education as liberation, to me, that's what attracted me most.
The Free Minds, Free People Conference is a way for folks to come back together and come home. We really try to make Free Minds, Free People feel like home, even though it's a different home every time you go to it. So when we were in Oakland, it had a different feel, but it still felt like home. When we were in Chicago, it had a different feel, but it still felt like home. So I hope that the folks who came to Baltimore this weekend felt like they came back home.
Baltimore is one of those places that got a little bit of everything. So whatever the struggle or whatever the oppression or whatever type of system that is keeping people or obstructing people from advancing and growing, you can find it here.
Well, I think if we're going to move anything forward and any issues where our communities are struggling, we need to have relationships with one another. We can't work isolated from one another. We can't be disconnected. I think we have to know one another. We have to care about one another. We have to hear each other. And this is one of the spaces to do that.
So Friday night we did an outdoor concert on North Avenue. The reason why we chose that specific place because it was an open lot, so people from the conference could come, but also people on the street could come, and we could kind of congregate and have some community relationship building as well.
For the cultural night, I enjoyed it because it was something new. I never got to experience something like that where the open mic was so beautiful and just, it was Black owned and it was owned and you could feel the energy and the vibes, and the room was filled with so much people, there wasn't seats, but the energy is what really had me up there.
Oh, culture night was lit. I did not expect it to be like that actually. All the poets come through because we got some talent down here, real talk. And anyone with talent, anyone who wants to feel free and who wants to who are innovative, come down to Free Minds, Free People, because this place is for you. I would recommend Free Minds, Free People for all young activists out there. All those, especially those who are feeling discouraged. I feel as though that coming to an event like this will be able to boost them back up and give purpose to their work.
What do I hope the average participant takes away from it? Yeah, I hope they get a sense of fulfillment, and if they are, isolated where they are right now, that they feel a sense of community. If they are already working in community, they realize that their community is even bigger than they could have imagined.
The biggest takeaway for me is that in between the fighting, we have a place of refuge, and we can extend that to people that have access to it. No matter if you have children, no matter if you disabled or you have a disability, no matter how old you are or how young you are, no matter if you have formal education or experienced education. I mean, you have a place where you can come to recoup and re-energize to get back to your fight.